So hello, International Space University. This is Bob Richards here. I'm talking to you from NASA Ames in Moffett Field in California. And I've got somebody here with me that wants to say hello.
Hey, ISU, Peter Diamandis here, and I'm sitting in a hotel room someplace south of San Diego. But through the miracle of technology, it's a pleasure for us both to be here.
It's great to be with you digitally here, Peter. Let's say hello. All right. All right, so I can't believe it. Here we are in 2015 celebrating the 20th anniversary of our master's program. And as I understand it, there's basically three classes meeting today, our 1996 master's program. And hello to all of you who helped kick off that program at a time when ISU was, let's say, very formative. And we have the graduation of the MSS 2015 class. Congratulations, everyone. That's fantastic. And the incoming friends we have to the ISU family coming into the MSS 2016 program. So what a fantastic gathering.
It's pretty incredible because, again, and as you guys know, back when Todd Hawley, Bob Richards, and I started ISU back in 1987 at the founding conference, and it's hard to believe. I can't count that high.
No, we don't count the decades anymore. Yeah.
But the original vision was we started with one program at MIT, which was a big risk. I had no idea what was going to work. We mortgaged every relationship we had and borrowed on it. I had 104 students from 21 countries, and then the next year, miraculously, off to Strasbourg, but our vision, Bob had the original vision for the space generation, and that organized us together to form ISU's founding conference, and then we, really had a vision of the summer programs and then the campus, and the master's program is the heart and soul and heartbeat of that campus, and soon the orbital campus.
And we always talked about three phases of ISU, right, Peter? And we started very modestly. When we talked about, we just wanted to have SSP. Back then, we called it the summer session program. Before we had gone down to the southern hemisphere to Australia, and they said, this isn't the summer, guys. And so SSP became the space studies program. But the idea was to borrow other people's bricks and mortar. We just didn't have the capital back then to create facilities. And so that model was something we worked on for 5 years, and that led to the permanent campus era, right, where we wanted to have a home. And there you are at our home in Strasbourg, at our beautiful campus, in our second phase. But the third phase is what we're all working towards, our orbital facilities, where ISU follows humanity as it expands outside Earth's biosphere and expand our economic sphere of Earth outward to the moon and the asteroids and beyond.
So the good news, guys, is there's never been a more exciting time than right now to be involved in space. I mean, if you think about the convergences that are coming on, right? First of all, we have more capital being privately invested in space than ever before. We have a whole flock of centimillionaires and billionaires investing heavily in the space industry. We also have the impact of all this exponential technologies of 3D printing, of AI, of network sensors, the whole miniaturization. I saw one study, Bob, you may have seen, that by 2020, it's expected that there will be, on the order of, the numbers range, but like 4,000 to 10,000 microsats being launched and in orbit. Now, of course, if Elon puts up his sort of global Skynet, that account will count for a few thousand. But I was with Paul Jacobs last night, CEO of Qualcomm, and they're right on schedule for the design, build, and launching of 800 plus spacecraft. They just raised $500 million to do that deployment. So it's really extraordinary. And we were just talking about launch capacity being driven, right? I mean, you're buying launches, I'm buying launches. It's never been easier to predict where that's going.
Right. So we're going from, so this is the era, we've talked about it for a long time, where we're living at the cusp of the permanent human expansion into outer space. And this is the moment in time when that's happening. And what an amazing time to be involved. And Peter, you and I are kind of orphans of Apollo, where we were inspired by the Apollo program, and just we had heroes, we had frontiers, we had the boundaries of space were infinite. We could do anything, and it's taken a few decades of frustration, but we're taking it into our own hands together with our thousands of ISU Mafia family friends around the planet, and making it happen. We're going to make this happen together.
Yeah, so, from my standpoint, the convergence we're seeing right now, where government programs are beginning to have some really meaty projects to work on. The discovery of planets around every star system we look at. I think we're very close to seeing the discovery of microbial life on Mars or in the oceans of Europa. We are, I was just with Yuri Milner, who has committed $100 million for the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. At the same time, you and I are seeing folks like Jeff Bezos and Paul Allen and Richard Branson and Elon Musk and many others investing in launch capacity. We're seeing you just said this a second ago, we're going from scarcity to abundance in launch, which means that the number of experiments that can be done, right? The challenge has been for all of human space history, not very long, 50, 60 years now. We have had just a small number of experiments done every year, and those experiments were done by government agencies at huge cost with huge risk aversion. But now we're starting to see dozens, soon hundreds, and eventually thousands of experiments being done by entrepreneurs, building and flying stuff 100 or 1,000 times cheaper than ever before. And that's where the real fun starts to happen.
Absolutely. So, we're very excited about being part of the ISU family. The story of ISU could never be told by just one person. Hundreds and thousands of people that have come together over the decades to make it happen. It was a dream, and the strongest message is that you bring together amazing people from around the world. You explain to them that anything is possible, and you give them the data and the tools to accomplish amazing things, and then stand back. And that's what ISU is all about. And all of you have come together to change the world. And when I think back to the amazing friendships, the bonds that were created between Peter and Todd and I as students, sadly Todd's not with us, but my bond of friendship, my lifelong bro, Peter, is, we're still taking over the solar system, and it's not going to end there, I guess, at some point.
You take the left side, I'll take the right side.
Okay, that sounds great. And, I actually, right behind me here, I have the original ISU Credo. Take a look at that.
That's great, Bill.
Yeah, and down you see our signatures here. And that's a very important document. And I just discovered, I didn't know this until this moment, that on the back of it is a picture of Peter, Todd, and I up on a stage with some of the earliest years of ISU. Isn't that something? So this is very important, everyone, that we go into the universe in a way that humanity can expand and conquer new frontiers without conquering each other. The idea of life, capital L, is very important to us, the sanctity of it, the respect for it here on planet Earth and everywhere. I think we're going to find it outside of Earth. We're in an amazing adventure together, and I just congratulate all of you for coming together at our beautiful campus in Strasbourg. I know Peter and I both wish that we could be there with you, but through the magic of this technology that we thought we had to create back in the day, but thankfully it was created for us, we're able to at least be with you in spirit and in heart tonight, and I really, really appreciate the opportunity to spend a few minutes with you.
Yeah, and I'll just add to what Bob says and say thank you to the faculty and to the staff and to the entire team at ISU that is keeping this dream alive and pushing it forward, because what we created ISU for, the real fulfillment of that is now these next 2 decades. It's the next 20 years when the human race is moving irreversibly off into space. I believe Elon when he says his target is 12 years from now to get private humans on the surface of Mars. And then on top of that, we have a multitude of friends working on different other approaches, whether it's getting people to the moon or to private space stations. It is the most exciting time ever in humanity's journey to space.
So let's all aspire to the stars with wisdom, vision, and effort. Sound good?
That's good.
Okay, buddy. Take care. This is Bob Richards signing off from Moffett Field, California.
And Peter Diamandis signing off from some much less interesting hotel room. Bob, your office looks great.
Live longer, prosper. Bye-bye.